can start closer. Hi, this is Kim Roble checking in with Left Me Down, the journaling, if you will, of my torn ACL in my left knee. For anybody who hasn't seen any of this, essentially I tore my ACL in my left knee completely when I was doing a Tough Mudder run with an incredible group of teachers. We managed to finish the run, and I couldn't have done it without them because they literally carried me to the finish line, and they're my heroes. Anyway, so today is Monday, New Year's Eve, and the original injury happened November 3rd, so I'm about not quite 2 solid months out. Surgery, I'm about a week and a half out. I'm going to be really honest in that I haven't recorded anything in the last couple of days. I don't think I've recorded anything since Saturday, and might have been Friday. But essentially, what I found happened to me was I kind of fell into a depression, and I wasn't quite sure how to cope with it. So I just kind of went to a dark place for a minute and decided I just got to focus on trying to deal with this, because it just kicked my butt. It's still kicking my butt, but today's been a really good day comparatively. So anyway, back on Friday, I had my first physical therapy appointment, and I guess I haven't said anything since Thursday. Anyway, Friday was my first PT appointment, and I woke up Friday morning and I had the most excruciating pain right here in my shin, where the biggest incision is. You know, they drill a canal there to anchor the donor ligament, and so that has been the source of most of my pain. Anyway, it's just really, really bad. And so it was the first morning that I actually took 2 of my pain pills. Prior to that, I'd only done 1 every 4 to 6 hours, and I'd managed okay. Yeah, I took 2 that morning, and you know, it was full of tears and frustration and gnashing teeth and all that, and it was not pretty. But my husband, you know, managed to get me to physical therapy, and by the time I got there, the pain meds had kicked in a little bit, and it turned out to be a really, really nice experience. Like the physical therapists were super reassuring and calm and positive, and most of the people in there were just very friendly, and you know, everybody's got their own battle going on. Most of them are athletes, and so I felt comforted by that. They took measurements like circumference of my legs to see how big we need to be for them to be, you know, closer to size equal again, as well as my degrees of flexibility, so that we had something to aim for. And so some of the things we learned is like, I have, shoot, I don't remember the number of my flexibility on this knee. I want to say like 122 or something like that. And then on this one, it was at about 80, maybe 78, 80. And extension, I'm at a -2. And on this leg, I was at 10. So there was a 12-degree difference here. And on this one, I've got about a 33-degree difference, something like that. So those were the first things, and getting that out of the way. And then the physical therapist got his little people to work, and this young woman comes over with this beautiful, thick, fat mat that's warm, moist heat, and wraps my whole leg in it. And it was like just so relaxing and felt so good. And I was like, wow. And I asked, can I use heat? And he said, you know, they don't typically say, you know, for some reason they say don't start using heat yet, just keep icing to keep the swelling down, but you really need the circulation, so do both ice and heat 3 times a day. I'm like, I'm on that one. I'll do that one happily. So I did that, and then he came over and we started with my exercises. So I'm going to show you the exercises that I have, and I won't show you one because the camera's sitting on my cart, my scooter. These are the tools I use. I have my brace off when I exercise. I use 2 bands. One is an extra light and one's an extra heavy. There's a reason. A little ball that could have been any kind of little ball, and some rolled up towels. So the first exercise I do is working on my leg extension and pushing my knee down. And so basically I push down as hard as I can for 10 seconds. And amazingly, you might see it there. You see this quivering in my thigh. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't expect that. Anyway, so you do 10 of those for 10 seconds each. With the ball, you're working on your adductors. And so basically what you're doing is you're squeezing the ball between your knees to try and strengthen those inner quad muscles. I like to use this one to also get a little bit of an ab workout in, just because, like, man, I've been sitting around doing a lot of nothing. The heavy duty band I use to basically pull my foot back for 10 seconds at a time to increase the flexibility in my calf and my foot again. The light band, this is not part of my PT program, but it's part of my PT program. I use this to just do a very gentle calf workout to keep my calves alive and reminded of what it feels like to actually work, because God knows it's been a while. And then I have the chair, and basically it's leg extensions. So, oh yeah, forget it. Anyway, you basically sit and you extend your leg and hold for 10 seconds at a time. So all these are 10 seconds at a time and 10 sets of them. And, 10 per set. And then I do 2 sets of these per day. Additionally today, I was really excited because I did a couple sets of curls with, I did 16 reps with one with 8s and one with 12s. I did some shoulder presses with 12s, and I only did 12 of those for each rep, or each set, because I'm pretty sure I damaged my rotator cuff when I tore the ACL. My effort to get out of that lead pit and get out of the way, I think, cost me that, but it's not as bad as that, so it'll wait. Let's see. Anyway, I did some back flies, because back flies always feel good. I only used 5s for that, and I use 5s for that because I find that usually even when I'm really healthy, I'll do like 8s, 10s at the most, but they hurt my shoulders. And so I really love the back part of it because it feels so good, but I don't like it when it puts too much stress on my shoulders. So I tend to keep them more close to my body than way out here. I do, however, work on the center of that back, which is like, if you've ever seen these, oh yeah, where you're pinching the pencil, those help. Anyway, and then I did some, like, barbell curls this way as well as standard ones. And I think that's pretty much it for the weights. I also did a set of 8 standard push-ups with my bent knees, and 8 wide fly push-ups with bent knees. And that made me feel so much more human. I did some Supermans and some boats and just some core exercises to kind of keep me alive. And some planks on, again, the knees. What I've realized is before I had the surgery, I could be on my knee, like in a bent knee position. There were a lot of things I could do and it didn't hurt it. I simply couldn't put any weight on it where it made the bone go forward out from under my knee. With the surgery, there's so much pain involved. It's a different ballgame. But I did find out today that I can like lean on these parts of my knee and not hurt anything. And so I did some bent knee push-ups, like I said. So today, to me, was a huge success, huge success. And that's, oh, and I also wore my brace for many hours today. My goal was to wear it for 2 hours straight and to walk 3 laps around my house with it on, putting some weight on my foot. I did that, and not only did I do that, I left the house, I went to Target, I walked in the store and did some shopping, I went and visited my daughter, so I put in a lot of time with the brace walking today, and I'm very, very happy about that. So that was a huge win. So let's see, what else? That's my workout for now. I go to the physical therapist again on Friday, and actually, no, I think it's Wednesday, actually. But I'll find out what's next for me and how I'm doing. I do see that I still get a lot of swelling in my lower leg when I'm on it a lot. So again, that's telling me I need to either put some, like a compression ace wrap on it before I do that stuff. Or again, I just gotta really keep the blood moving. So that's pretty much the biggest and most exciting stuff about my week because I gotta tell you, I was in a dark, dark place. Huge shout out to my hubby, Tim, who, it's hard when you have two active people who are both down. He's taking care of me and I'm helpless. I'm not good at being helpless. No. Anyway, and so he was doing everything he could, but he was also trapped because he was taking care of me. And then we had this rainy weather and he doesn't do well with that. So it was kind of tense there for a couple of days, just with, you know, my aggravation at my injury and the pain and his aggravation with the weather and kind of not having an opportunity to kind of just burn off some energy. And so that was a tough few days, more for me, I think, than him. And then we got past that. And then the day of freaking PT happened and I was a mess that morning and he was on me about like, you got PT. And I'm like, right. Anyway, but the reality is I couldn't have gotten there without him. And I appreciate him pushing me and supporting me in this. So yesterday I had a pretty good day. And yet still at 7 o'clock, I went to bed and I stayed in bed till, I woke up at 4, stayed in bed till 6. But just all these dark thoughts about, God, is this ever gonna be the same? Is this my life now? And that's scary. And I realized that this is temporary and I'm so freaking lucky and I need to stop being a big fat baby. But it's hard when you have to figure out who you are and what you're about and how do you keep your brain busy? How do you feel worthwhile when you're trapped like this, you know? So it was really hard for me. And I stopped, like the day of PT, I took 2 pain pills that morning and I took 2 more later that day. And I may have taken 2 more before I went to bed, or 1 and a 500 milligram Tylenol. And I don't like pain meds, and so that was really hard for me. But I really, really think that I had let the pain be out of control and go on too long, and so it was out of control. So that day of kind of hammering it led to the following morning, where Saturday morning I took 1 pain pill and a 500 milligram Tylenol. And then the rest of the day, I alternated 800 milligrams of ibuprofen and 1,000 milligrams of acetaminophen. And I haven't taken any pain pills since. So I've been off the pain pills, the prescription ones, for 3 days now. And I'm super excited about that. Right now what I'm taking is 600 milligrams of ibuprofen and 500 milligrams of acetaminophen about every 6 to 8 hours as needed. And I've been doing really, really well. And so I'm feeling so much better and so much more hopeful and feeling like, oh God, there's some light at the end of the tunnel. The tunnel is long, but there is light there and it's glowing and I'm running towards it, you know what I mean? So anyway, so with that, I was gonna take off the bandage and show you what it looks like. So I think, I'm not sure the best way to do this, hitting everything. I invested in some of that gauze that sticks to itself. It's really, really, really nice. So I'm gonna do weird poses. As you can see, I have an incision up here. I believe that's where they inserted the ligament that I received. It looks like I have a single stitch there. That's doing really, really well. On this side, I have a hole in my leg. I'm not sure exactly what that was, but I'm pretty sure it's where they stick like a needle or a pin or something as kind of a marker for something. And then I have one up here too, but that one healed up really fast, so it must have been really small. So I'm gonna take off that one. Over here I have another single stitch. And again, don't know if that's where the camera went in, if who knows, but it's one single stitch and it looks great. And then back on this side, let's see if I can get it closer. I have a bigger one here, and I don't know how many stitches it has because it hasn't fallen off yet, and I was told not to pull those off, just let them fall off as they do. And then this last one has been the one that has been the source of my distress. You can see it's fairly large. It's bigger than I expected. I was expecting little holes like these. The top of this is already peeled off, and you can see that it's not exactly a pretty scar, but I really don't care about what it looks like. I care about how it works. So this will be a battle scar for me, and I will wear it proudly. I just hope that I can wear it proudly and use it proudly. So this is the one that the band goes across that just destroys me. And when I'm wearing my brace, like now it looks good. When I took my brace off tonight, it was red, like all the way down to here. You know, and again, my leg was swollen and it was just really irritated. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start compression wrapping it again when I wear the brace. And then I'm also gonna try and make sure, and I always try to make sure, this band isn't as tight as the rest because it just destroys it. So that is what my leg looks like. Doesn't completely straighten out. My muscle tone is gone. It does weird stuff. Look at, oh, I'm working on it. But like, there's so much that I just took for granted that it's just not like it used to be. Anyway, so that's my check-in for tonight. Again, a huge thanks to Tim for being my motivational coach and reminding me that I'm an athlete, and just because I'm not being paid by a corporate interest or doing anything like that, it doesn't change that I'm still an athlete. And so my job right now is to train and to feed myself well and to rest and do what I can to heal this thing. That's what this time is for. So I appreciate him reminding me that this isn't forever, and I just gotta put on my big girl panties and stop whining and look at the future. Thank you to Joey too, who's been a huge help. He's my son. He's been around just making sure I'm taken care of as well. Thanks to all my friends out there who are encouraging me and trying to, you know, motivate me and reminding me when, hey, you haven't posted in a minute. What's going on? You know, I appreciate you holding me accountable because again, the depression thing sucks. And so if you find yourself going that way, a couple of things I did purposefully were focused on making a schedule and sticking to it. And so getting my butt out of bed, brushing my hair, putting it in braids, because, you know, when you're sick or injured and you got long hair, it's a mess all the time. Taking a shower, working out, like turning on my music, getting in my workout room and doing my physical therapy. If that's all I can do, then do that. And just that little bit of normalcy helps so much. The other thing I did was I made a goal to go outside. We had a really beautiful day yesterday. I had a goal to actually exit the house and be outside in the fresh air and the sunshine. And I made that happen, and it was really exciting. Today, being able to get in the car, I would have never expected it. But I got in the car, and just being able to get in my car, I have a fabulous 2017 Mustang GT that I adore. His name's Dwayne. Anyway, and just go, you know, and I was just smiling ear to ear. I've got these beautiful blue skies and beautiful white clouds and mountains, and I'm just like, this is just so awesome. And it reminded me of how fortunate I am. And I think sometimes you just need to, instead of waiting for the light to happen to you, go find the freaking light if you have to, because don't wait for it. So I also thought, I'm gonna go see my daughter. And so I headed out to go see my daughter, because again, it's the last day of the year, and I was happy to get to see her and my son as well as my husband today. So it made for a really so much better last day of the year than I thought I was gonna have, and I'm thankful. So here's to 2019, and hoping that it is so much better than 2018 ended up. Anyway, Happy New Year, and I hope you have a fabulous 2019. Take care of yourself. If you like these kind of videos, please like and subscribe. This is Kim Roble. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, night, weekend, and don't drink and drive.